Well, today I'm here in the 2023 Hyundai Palisade, which, I'll be honest, when I first got the word that I was getting this specific vehicle, I thought, hey, I've never actually been in a Palisade. I've heard some really good things from other people about it, but it wasn't first on my list to really review. That said, now that I've had it and I've been driving it a week, I have a pretty good idea what I like and, well, what I like. Because in all reality, this is a very comfortable, very well driving vehicle. So let's, I guess, dive deep and talk about the 2023 Hyundai Palisade. So welcome back to techgooch, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm back with another vehicle review. It's been a little while, but things are starting to progress, and of course now we're getting into the nice season again, so I thought it'd be perfect time to get another video out. And first on my docket is this, the 2023 Hyundai Palisade, a nice larger SUV, very nice riding, very comfortable, very quiet. The electronics package is actually exactly, I think, what a lot of people would expect out of a modern vehicle without going too crazy with touchscreens everywhere. A good amount of physical buttons, but still actually with the climate controls actually has a little touch panel down here for that as well. A lot of things that I really do like about it. The big thing is that getting in this thing and actually driving, the amenities in here are quite substantial. I mean, they put a lot in this bad boy. I'm actually driving over some really rough road right now, and yeah, you can hear it, but it's not crazy loud or anything like that. This vehicle is very well refined, and they did a really good job with it. And I think that's to say Hyundai's come a long way since they first came to the US, and every single year it seems they set their bar a little bit higher. I love to see that with a manufacturer that just keeps getting better. Now, like I said, I've never actually been in a Palisade before, so this is my first experience with the Palisade. That said, if I was looking at a larger SUV with a third row like this one, this is definitely one I would consider looking at, because at the price point it's a really nice, very well equipped SUV. This specific one that I'm in is the Calligraphy. It's about $52,000 total, basically on the sticker. So it sits at I'm not going to say it's an inexpensive car. This is, one of the high-end models of it. But the comfort features are well designed and very thought through pretty good. Has heated first, second, and third rows. The front and the second row has climate controls for those rows. It has actually in the driver's seat, it actually has kind of a massage type feature that uses, I don't know if it's ballast or how it actually works, but it works quite well when you're driving, and if you want to just get some circulation going, you turn on the massage mode. It actually works pretty good. At first I thought it was kind of weird, but I actually kind of like it. Specifically if you're sitting in the seat for more than 15-30 minutes or so, it's kind of nice to get a little bit of a maneuver, I guess, going around on your back and your bottom. The touch panel on this is nicely sized. We're going to go through all this stuff really quick here shortly. And the heads-up display for the driver's display is actually quintessential Hyundai. It's the same as it is in most of the vehicles that I've driven from Hyundai, and this one does have the 360 view camera, so you get a lot of information whenever you need it. So we're going to park it up here. We're going to get out. We're going to do a walk around. We're going to get in, see how much legroom we have in the second, third row, all that information, see all the USB ports and everything they have back here. I'll show you how the seats fold down. It does have power folding rear seats, and you can even quickly power the middle seats down all the way from the back, so that makes it really nice when you have to get a bike or something in there, lumber, whichever. So we're going to go through all that stuff, and then we're going to obviously go through all the electronics, because that's kind of what I focus on, is the electronics anyway. So let's park it. Let's go on to the next section. So as I always do, I'm going to leave the vehicle running so you can hear what it sounds like while it's running. Obviously it's a very quiet car to start with here, but we'll start in the front. I actually really like this grille. I'll be honest, I really do. It kind of has like a dragon scale kind of thing. It looks great. There is a small camera in the front there for the 360 camera right underneath there. Like to point those things out. And even the lighting kind of reminds you of a truck, right? So you got that truck feel. Pretty neat. Coming around, got some really nice rims. We do have the cameras underneath the mirrors on these. Anytime you have those 360 cameras, right? Rear of the vehicle here, very well looked, nice styling. I like the tailpipes, kind of the squarish. Looks good there. Come around. All in all, great looking vehicle. Let's get in the inside. All right. And we'll get in here. And right away, we're greeted with the, I would say the standard, right, in terms of, or at least how I like to put it, for Hyundai vehicles. It's kind of the standard. If you use the turn signals, it's going to actually put the camera's feed from that side of the vehicle, so that you can see if you're, whatever line, or, if there's a curb or something. You can always see that. I like that. Now, of course, like I said, this is the Calligraphy trim level. So we have all the amenities, right? We have programmed seats. We have all power windows and doors and door locks and everything. We do have towing stuff on this. So we have a tow mode, essentially. We have our traction control, hold the gate open, park, basically electric parking brake, which you're going to see a lot anymore. We'll get into the steering controls here shortly. Touch panel, really nice, large, widescreen touch panel that with maps. So this does have full navigation in it. If we pull over from the side here, you can see I actually have my phone connected. So right now I have it off, but your music and stuff like that will actually be here on the side while you have all your standard map and navigation information, but you can go widescreen if you don't want to see it, even when it's playing. We do have physical buttons though, map, nav, radio, media, so you can go through. So if I go to nav, it'll bring into the, the waypoint screen. This is all touch screen, so it's not, using physical buttons or anything. So you can always hit the back button, but if you hit the map button, that's what brings up the maps. Media, radio media, obviously pretty obvious. If you're using Bluetooth or whatever, that's going to be the media button, and then your standard stuff here. We have our climate controls here. I actually really like this climate setup. So it's actually kind of a little touch panel here to adjust real quick, but most of the time you're going to probably use the auto, and if you click on auto, then you can actually set your temperature. And then you can go auto max, medium, or low. But you can always come back in here and bring it down like I'm doing, just so I don't get a lot of air movement on the video. We have different settings here for the actual traction system itself for the all-wheel drive system. Eco, Snow, Smart, Sport. You can even lock. So you have technically kind of like lock and transfer case, right? So you can get locked to get front and back. Just for traction, obviously, if you're in a icy situation, things like that. And then you have your standard stuff. So cooled seats, right now I have mine set to cool. Have heated seats on both sides, cooled on both sides, heated steering wheel as well. This is your automatic, start, restart the vehicle, the engine when you're at a stop. You can turn that feature off. So when you're at a stoplight, the engine will actually turn itself off and then restart as soon as you let go of the brake pedal. You can turn that feature off if you like. We can actually bring up the cameras by hitting the camera button here, and then we can actually see the 360-degree view on the right, and then on the left we can actually see right now that's the back camera. And we can actually change and actually essentially go back to see the side or a different view. And then there's some settings in here. Let's see. Yeah. View the park lanes, things like that. So that's that down there. This is the kind of your standard Hyundai drive shift mechanism. This is the one thing that I think that I would personally change, just because I don't like the size and shape and everything of the buttons there. I never have, even ever from the first one. However, it has grown on me a little bit. I don't mind it as much, and in this case it has not caused any issues at all. But that would be the one thing that I may change, just because of how much it takes up on the center console here. I don't think it should take up that much in all reality, but that's just me. Now, we come into some really cool features. There's actually these cup holders in this center console. So we have a center console here, has a Qi charger down below. Let me see if I can bring up the lighting here. Qi charger down below does have a USB port, and that light on the Qi charger will light up if we actually are charging a phone. But you can see it's a big open space. However, there are cup holders that will, if you so desire, you push the button and it brings out, basically rotates out. And then you can see the metal, you just rotate it back in and lock it if you don't want to use the cup holders themselves. Very handy. I actually really like that little feature. It's something so simple, but it works so good. Then we have our, main bin here. Down below we have a USB-C port, which is in the middle one, and then a actual 12 volt, if you can see that, if I can get the focus. Single USB-C and single 12 volt. There we go. And then, of course, pretty large bin space, to be honest about it. And then even up here, you have a little upper tray. So that's our center console. We'll go into the glove box real quick. Standard size glove box. Light in there though as well, so you can see what's going on. All right, up above we do have two sunroofs. So we have the back one, which is larger, and then we have the front one here as well. So that's something to say. Standard controls up top, and then you have the actual sun, open and close of the sunroof there. The rear one gets opened and closed here, and that's not the sunroof, but the cover, essentially. Right? So that's the front seat. Let's go to the middle. Okay, middle seat. And here we go. So without me moving, I have the front seat space back where I drive. I'm 5'11". I have way more than enough legroom as it currently sits, but of course I can move this back if I so desire. I do have climate controls here. So obviously up there I turned it down so it's not going crazy, but you can put it on auto mode here, change the temperature to what you'd like, change how it's actually coming out, if it's coming out up above, because there are vents up above or vents down below, so depending on the time of year, right? And then back here we have an actual 110 outlet and 12 volt. Now USB-C is charging right there in the seats. So there is one per side there as well. We do have our standard kind of shades that we can draw to reduce the sun coming in. There are built into the doors like kind of you normally see anymore. And we are going to try to get in the back seat, and I should show you this. So I'm going to actually climb in there from right here and see how much leg room we have back here. All right. Again, 5'11", I haven't moved these. I am barely, if I go like this, I can actually get away with not touching. But comfortably, I'm probably going to touch. Your legs are a lot higher up. Back here we have USB-C on each side as well as the capability to lower the seats. So if I click that, maybe I can show you for reclining. There we go. So we can recline the seats, same with the one I'm at, right? I can lean back, make it a little bit more comfortable. So depending on what's behind me, of course, can make a difference on that. Cup holders there. Sorry about if it was too dark there. But that's what she looks like back here. To be honest, you're not usually going to put adults back here, but can you put adults back here? You can absolutely put adults in this back seat, which is pretty awesome. I wouldn't put 3 adults back here, 2. So let's go to the trunk space. Okay, so we're gonna open up the trunk, or the hatch, right? And take a peek back here. Now to start, we're gonna look at this guy. So back here, right now we just have an ice scraper, which has been rattling around a little bit, to be honest. It is on hard plastic. I would probably change that a little bit, but that said, that's what we got back here. Now, the nice thing about this is the fact that I can actually lay these seats down without doing anything. I can just do it all from right here. So first off, left chair, put that one forward, then we got the right, and then we got the left and right back here. So I'm going to stow that one and stow that one. And those are powered. So now, without doing anything, I now have a nice, huge space to get along, you know, some lumber, or like I was using it for hauling my bike to go on a bike ride. I'll show you that picture here. And it fit great. It was great because I could do it from right here. I didn't have to go anywhere else. I didn't have to go up to the seats to do it. We do have a 12 volt here as well, 180 watt 12 volt connection. Now, to put the seats back up, I can do the back seats from here, but the other ones I actually have to go up, and I'll show you how to do that real quick. So on each seat, there's a button right here, and you push the button and you lift. Because otherwise, if you actually go over here and actually try to lift it, it's locked into place. So button, lift, and place. And that's that. Got to take a peek at the engine. See, I haven't been in here yet. And it's got the gas shocks. Always love that. To be honest, nice and open top. Easy to access the battery, which is literally right here. Obviously, we have to pop this out if you have to replace the battery. Not hard though, it looks like it's pretty simple. I like easily accessible, easily maintained equipment, and that doesn't look like it's too bad. And the item that I was talking about, this is the button right here, and I'll show you what it looks like on the radio once we go dive into the radio a little bit more. This is your seat controls for your lumbar and stuff like that, and you have a lot of controls here, right? And that's going to be for the front guy. This is for the the seat itself, and then the back. A lot of controls, a lot of things that you can adjust within this seat. Also underneath, we have another 12 volt, another USB-C port over there. I wanted to show you what this button looks like. So if I hit the massage type button, click on that, ergo motion seat, pelvic, lumbar, or whole body, or off. You don't have to have it at all. But the neat thing is that, I mean, you put it on, pelvic is lower, lumbar is just the back area, and then the whole body does both at the same time, and it is pretty cool on what it does. Well, to finish up my video, I actually have the full massage action going on. It's kind of nice. It has a pillow action is probably the best way to describe it. Push it into my lower back, and it kind of rolls up, and then the bottom's kind of moving around, and just get some blood flowing that you normally wouldn't get flowing while you're driving, right? And that's the big item, is to make it so it's comfortable to drive, specifically long distance. And I think that's where this specific vehicle really comes into play, because it's the things that I'm going to say about this is it's got plenty of room for all your passengers. It's really comfortable. It's quiet. It's got plenty of entertainment option, or electronic options for you. I really like the car. I mean, for what it is, I really like it. And at the price point it comes in at, yeah, you're going to compare it to the larger SUVs on the market. This is a really well designed. It's really well put together. I really like it. It looks good. It drives good. It's comfortable. I don't know what else to say about that. So that is the 2023 Hyundai Palisade. And yeah, obviously if you're interested in something like this, I would highly recommend checking out your local Hyundai dealership and scheduling a test drive, because you're not really gonna, I've seen them. I understand what it is, but until you get behind the wheel of it, you drive it down a highway like I'm doing right now, or down a bumpy road, you don't understand how well it drives. It drives really good. And I will say some of the things that I didn't mention before is on the steering wheel controls is the lane departure settings, as well as basically for it to keep you centered in the lane. It actually works quite well. Now, it works quite well as long as there's lines. When I found that if there's a line on one side and a curb on the other side, which you don't see very often, but when you do, kind of hug to the curb a little closer, that I liked it, but it definitely takes the edge off of driving. And I think on the highway it works. I mean, to be honest, on the highway it worked really good. So that is it. That's my review of the 2023 Hyundai Palisade. Thank you for watching to the end. I have several more video reviews here for vehicles that are going to be basically right down the line, bang to bang to bang. And I hope you come back to check those out. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and share the video if you can for me. And yeah. But I'm thoroughly impressed with my time with the 2023 Hyundai Palisade. So, thanks for watching. We'll catch you back here again soon.